single-handedly broke up my marriage. You're an awful person.
You're 24 years old. Why would I listen to you? Why would you be giving therapy and advice to people who clearly need it? It doesn't make any sense, Ari. This is a horrible idea.
You're listening to
unlicensed
therapy with Ari Manis.
So the reason it's called unlicensed therapy is, although it's loose, it's a conversation, it's an interview, it's in my garage.
Very nice garage, though.
A very nice one.
The loose theme of it is that I give you advice on your life. That doesn't necessarily mean anything specific. It could be your music career. It could be your relationships. It could be money. It could be something. Everyone's got problems, no matter who you are. Yeah. Everyone.
That's facts.
Doesn't matter if you're Jay-Z. Doesn't matter if you're Alex Rodriguez. You got issues. They all got issues.
But question, though. So you're out here helping everyone else. So who's helping you?
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I think I'm
therapist?
too far gone. No one could help me. I'm way too fucked up.
I think I can help you out.
Oh yeah, you can help me?
I'm being serious.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're an unlicensed therapist yourself?
I think I'm licensed.
We
just had like
a therapy
What
session.
does that mean? What does that mean? You do that?
Nah, I feel like it's just my birthright, you know?
Oh, you were just born.
So I don't need a license.
You have a license from God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got it.
She talked me out of all of my life problems last night for 4 hours.
Yeah, were you about to kill yourself last night?
Almost. Damn near. I was really down in the dumps, and she just brought me out of it. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate this.
So who messaged who between you guys?
I definitely messaged her.
You followed and messaged her?
Yeah, of course.
I have no idea how they had this happen.
And how long have you guys been talking before you met up in real life?
I don't know.
Sure, how long?
I don't know. We spoke to each other
months, weeks, days.
I listened to his music. I was like, wow, this is dope because it's so different. You know, it's not like everybody else.
Drops mic.
So.
Hey, I'm drugged out in your function with my gun out. She see I'm up now. All these bitches wanna fuck now. I'm going up now. All these bitches say what's up now. Hey, I got dumb clout. I ain't flexing, but I'm up now. She see my bracelet, got more chains than a slave ship. They say I'm brainless out in public with my stainless. I'm smoking dope, I'm taking off just like a spaceship. I'm smoking dope, I'm taking off just like a spaceship. Hey, why they hating? Why these pussy niggas hating? Hey, this that gang shit, nigga, tell me what you claiming. These bitches basic, all these bitches, they so basic. She give me brain, bitch, all I wanted was the brain, bitch. Okay, I lane switch, been in the corner, spilling drink, bitch. She think I'm famous, so she sucking on my anus. I'm smoking cigs up in my Uber, that shit stankin'. I'm pulling up, I'm like, little shawty, what your name is? Ain't got no Uber, so I finesse her for the lift.
Yeah, you guys dropped the mic better.
And why do we make music?
Oh, I thought you meant to like therapeutic reasons for people, but no, to get the honeys exactly.
That's why do men do anything? Why do men do anything in this world?
You think I bought this $400 jacket to look nice?
That's $400.
Hair and pressing.
Damn.
You know.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
My mom got this for me at Costco when I was in high school.
I have one exactly like this, but it's green.
Nice. Yeah. She got me green. I lost the green one, but I had blue, green.
Mine is printed I Love New York on the back, though.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Did it come that way, or
you
did
it came
that?
like that.
Okay.
Remember that store Ali was talking about, Round 2? It's like they make them. So is this, what brand is this? The Pendleton or some shit?
Field and Stream.
Yeah, Field and Stream. So it's the same flannel, and they just print I Love New York.
And then they triple the price.
Exactly. It's like $120.
Smart. Yeah.
Fucking amazing, right?
Great business.
I love them.
So you guys DM'd each other. You don't remember how long ago? What do you think?
No.
Months?
Well,
if you were guess.
Yeah.
Months ago?
Months.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we just started actually interacting on a regular recently.
Okay. Got it.
Very recent.
Very recently.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, like this week.
I was going to say, when I find that with internet, I'm gonna keep calling it dating.
Okay.
With internet dating,
Go ahead, enjoy.
When you meet someone online, you got to make it happen fast because
that's not true.
No, the meetup, because if you talk to someone a lot for weeks and weeks and months, I find that I fall into getting friend zone. But if I'm within those first few days, hey, let's go hang out. That's how you get them to go meet up with you.
That kind of makes sense, though. high key.
Like if you wait too long, it builds too much anticipation.
But also
and
the
people get
thing
scared.
is, most likely, if you talk to somebody, they already know what to do with you, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's facts.
If it's the first day, if you decide to go fast or slow, because somebody's gonna put you in the friend zone the first day.
Yeah, it's
if
true.
they want
Yeah,
to.
I'm not saying you meet up with someone you avoid the friend zone, but it's step one to avoiding the friend zone.
Also, too,
Don't wait too long.
If you like build that rapport up with them,
Mm-hmm.
and you like get to know shit about them, I guess before meeting up with them, then that could be beneficial in the end.
Yeah,
It
I
could
mean,
be.
I don't know.
these days there's so much info on everyone online, especially
Yeah,
someone in entertainment.
Mhm.
Like you could Google me and pretty much
Find your whole life.
know more about me than I know about myself.
Exactly. exactly. Which is like scary.
It is scary.
Remember we were just talking about that dude that like knew about your whole life.
Yo, he fucking did.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like.
No, you putting me
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
spot.
I know.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
stalkers?
No, it's cool.
I wasn't
Yo.
trying
You
to
got stalkers?
I mean, you know, low key.
We
You know,
all do.
I felt like if somebody knew where I lived, I felt like people would come over. Like they were like, "Yo, let me knock on your door and see what's up."
Hell no.
You know.
And you do hip hop, right? That's your genre.
Yeah,
If you had to be classified, I'm sure no one likes to be put in a box.
No, I was just trying
But
to
I'm
do that
putting you in a
cliche.
hip hop box.
Yeah, I was trying to do that cliche like, oh, I'm not a rapper. Yeah. I'm
So
definitely
you
a
guys are planning on combining forces
Yeah.
and trying to make some hip hop.
She makes like
We're not trying. We're doing it.
doing.
Okay, so
No time.
So I was gonna have some questions about that.
Go ahead.
Do you guys have anything prepared going in, or are you gonna sit down and start from scratch and see what comes out?
We got a beat that she's been working on.
Okay, so you got a beat, and you're planning on working on that beat and laying stuff over
Possibly,
that.
yeah.
Possibly.
We could also start something completely new from scratch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I like to do sometimes.
So you don't really have.
We don't even have
a set plan.
We don't even have a spot really yet. I just thought about that. I didn't even talk to it.
We don't even have a studio.
Yeah, we planned this last night and like people didn't hit
Do
me.
either of you have home recording studios like
Nah.
something like this?
We
or no?
wish.
I fucking wish I had this. This is so tight.
Yeah.
You know, it's not soundproof.
Do you
though.
not
It
have a
probably wouldn't
car?
be The best. I have a car, but I park it outside.
Yo, you are fucking committed, bro.
I mean, I'll be honest. This has only been here a couple of months. This space that I made.
Yeah.
So even when it wasn't this, I didn't park it in here.
Why? Why not?
Too lazy to get out and open the door each time and do it. I'm just lazy. So
But I feel like that would be way more work. You driving around the block trying to fucking find.
no,
a
there's
parking
always
spot.
parking on the street.
Really?
Or usually. And I could still park on the driveway in front of the garage.
Oh yeah, you could just.
And
park
that's what
right
I
in front.
normally do. So I never. It wasn't like, well, now I won't have my garage anymore. I never used it.
Damn.
And my brother lives in the same apartment as me. He lives next door.
Yeah.
With his garage, we're planning on emptying it out and putting a jacuzzi in there and making a little jacuzzi garage.
Wow.
You have to do a jacuzzi interview though.
That'd be cool.
Jacuzzi fucking.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
If we could sit in the jacuzzi, have the door open, and then people walking by, we just holler at.
Oh my god, bro.
That'll be dope.
If
That's
you
the dream.
If you do this fucking jacuzzi podcast,
Or have to like shoot a video.
I don't know
Yeah,
that I'm doing a
We gotta
jacuzzi
shoot a video.
podcast, but I'm gonna do a jacuzzi enjoyment
no,
session.
no, for sure. You have to do at least one episode in the jacuzzi. I'm sorry,
Yeah, at least one.
or at least like a kiddie pool. You know,
That'd be fun too. Maybe until I have enough saved to get the jacuzzi.
exactly. You
I'll
know,
get the
jacuzzis
kiddie
are
pool.
like relatively cheap.
You can get the blow up ones on
Nah, not
Amazon for like $350, and then besides that, you got to go Craigslist used probably. New,
Well-
they're over $1,000,
Yeah, but that's
which
like,
I guess for someone with a $400 jacket isn't a lot of money. For me, that's a lot of money.
well, actually, originally this jacket was $1,200, and then
And then no one wanted it.
no, that's true. That's true. And then I found one for $750, and then I told my friend, "Let me give you $5 for it." And he said, "Yeah," but then I really gave him like $450.
Wow.
Like he didn't count it. You just ripped them
No,
off.
no, no. I was like, "Yo, hey, I only got $450," and it was like my birthday. He was like, "Oh, I just take it." So we
Damn,
started at
that's a good
$1,200,
friend.
and we ended up at $420.
That's what you got to do. Take a
Yeah.
note. Never,
Yeah, man.
never give the money that they're asking.
No, never at all. You
What
gotta-
store is that from?
It's his brand called Heron Preston.
Okay.
He is
And you know the guy.
no, not at all.
Oh.
Not at all. Are you familiar? I feel like you probably don't know about this, but
I don't know about
Are you
anything.
familiar with this brand called Off-White?
No,
Have you seen it before?
I don't think so.
It's like construction stripes on the back. If you see it, maybe you've seen
Okay.
it before. But so it's like similar to Off-White, basically.
Now, someone like me, just so you know, you both know, I don't listen to any hip hop. at all. I listened to Eminem when I was in middle school.
How did that affect
That's
you?
like I bonded with him because he hates his mom and I didn't like my mom. It wasn't even a white thing. And maybe it was a little bit of a white thing, but it was also it was more of a mom thing. I always thought, at least.
So what
in
do
my
you
head.
listen to?
Rock and roll, punk rock.
Like what kind of rock?
Indie rock. I listen to NPR Tiny Desk music concerts a lot.
I love those.
And
They have a lot of hip-hop
KEXP.
ones.
They do, and I'll listen to some hip hop on there too.
Those are
But-
fucking amazing.
Like Macklemore did one. His
I was
was
gonna
pretty
say
good.
Mac Miller's made me
Mac
cry.
Miller did one.
Made me cry.
Watching it?
I watched it after he passed away.
Oh, I
I
was
did-
gonna say why did you cry? Just because it's so good.
It was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. The song he did, it was just like, God damn it, Mac. I feel you, bro.
So
relate to
would
that.
you say maybe one of your goals is to get on NPR Tiny Desk?
It
Music
wasn't
concert?
at first, but now saying
Now
this,
that we're
yes.
saying that, yeah, that'd be tight, right?
That would be fucking sick.
I want to be the first comedian to do stand up on that.
Yo,
That would be sick.
crazy. Have someone playing like an acoustic guitar behind you.
I didn't even think about that. That could, yeah,
or like
we could do that.
little, like drum tap in the back.
Yeah.
That'd
That'd
be
be
fire.
sick. That would be really cool. So, as someone who listened to Eminem in middle school,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I wanted to get into hip hop, and I'm coming to you guys as the experts.
Blueface. Go to YouTube.
Like, don't even come to us, man.
Go to YouTube and type in Blueface.
What's Blueface?
He's a rapper from LA who sounds like Courage the Cowardly Dog over hip hop beats.
And you're saying so as someone just breaking into hip hop,
That's
that's
the first-
that's the first thing.
That's the first thing you need to listen to, or just listen to me. You know,
Just listen to you.
listen to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I did listen to a little bit of you.
Did you?
Before the interview?
How did you?
Just to.
Did you watch some videos or did you just?
I watched a couple of videos. I watched the Juice one.
Yeah, I like that one.
What was the inspiration behind that?
I used to work at Jamba Juice.
For how long? Strawberries Wild.
Bro, fucking mango go-go, razzmatazz. I can make you that. I can make your strawberries wild with my eyes closed right now.
That's the one. That was my go-to when I was a kid. Wait, so how long did you work there for?
From like 17 to like 20.
Okay, so like 3 years.
Yeah, it's 21 almost.
So
Worked there a
after
while.
working at Jamba Juice,
Mhm.
do you hate Jamba Juice or do you love Jamba Juice?
I don't really go there that much, honestly. I'm
Yeah.
like, the idea of me spending like $8 on a fucking smoothie that I
That you used to get for free.
and like gain.
Do you make smoothies at home or
No, not
are you
at all.
anti-smoothie now?
I'm not even anti-smoothie.
But
I
you're just like not anti-smoothie, but like last thing I want to do is do a smoothie. I did that for 3
yeah,
years.
exactly. And I don't want to have to clean another blender in my life ever again, or just yeah, dude. I don't know. How,
Now, did you quit or did you get fired?
both.
Well, that's not. No,
That's not possible.
no, it can't be both.
Okay, well, so it's a very interesting story. I don't know if I should go into the whole story.
Well, now you have to.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I'll just start from the beginning. I was on probation, right?
For what?
For-
Let's start at the very beginning. What are we on probation
I was on
for?
probation for like armed robbery.
Shit.
Or strong armed robbery, which means like
Wait, what's it called? Shrunk?
strong arm
Oh,
robbery.
strong arm robbery.
Which is like you just didn't have a weapon, but you robbed
Okay,
someone.
so you went up
What
to
are we trying
people.
to get?
Now I need to go. Now we keep getting on these
Now I
tangents.
wanna know.
and
Now I wanna know.
yeah,
What did
now
you
I
try to
want to
get?
know.
I forgot what the original meaning
Yeah,
was. the story.
now I want to know how do these robberies start?
Man, it wasn't. There was multiple, but there.
Do I need to get a new lock for my
Multiple?
garage door?
No.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like young inner city youth, troubled.
This is what city?
Hawthorne, which is next
Hawthorne.
to
Okay,
next
so
to Inglewood.
Los
Don't make
Angeles.
excuses, man.
Yeah,
and
no,
you're-
yeah, you're right.
And you're
right.
how old? 17?
I was like 16, probably
16,
at the
okay.
time. I was like 16, just being fucking bad, honestly. Just
And
being-
you're hanging out with a bad crew.
hanging out with a bad crew. Are you familiar with like Odd Future?
Odd Future?
Tyler, the
Yeah, I've
creator?
heard of it. Heard of him.
I used to hang out with all those dudes. They're just like crazy skater dudes, and we would just do bad shit,
Like rob people.
rob people and skateboard
So-
and egg people's houses.
The people,
That's so
the person that you robbed to put you on probation, was this someone you knew or a
No,
complete
it was,
stranger?
It was like a complete stranger. I was like trying to get this guy's iPhone.
And were you by yourself or with people?
I was by myself,
You're by yourself and you said, "Yo, give me your phone."
and then
Like, did you have a hood on? Like, I want to
No,
know.
it was
I want to know the
day-
process.
It was daytime, middle of the day.
What?
It was like school had got out. Like I was bad, so I went to continuation school.
Uh-huh.
So I got out early, and then like regular kids got out at like 3 or whatever. So I just like I don't know, just saw this dude walking, and he had like iPhone headphones in. So I'm like, oh, yeah, he has an iPhone. And
Well, and it was a kid,
he wasn't a kid,
or was
He
it? It was a
probably
man.
like a grade younger than me. Like, I
Okay,
was
so
like,
he was like 15.
he
The
was, like-
person you robbed. It
I was
wasn't.
like 16. He was like 15.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
for sure.
Okay.
And then I was just trying to just like scare. I'm like, yo, give me your phone, like, and then he put his hands like in the air and was just like, help, help. And he started screaming. And I just like took the phone out of his pocket.
Ran away.
And like ran away.
And how'd you get caught?
So literally weeks later, it was probably like 2 or 3 weeks later, I was riding, because this is right by my house. It was like I robbed some kid at like the high school right by my house.
Crime 101, dude.
Yeah. So fucking, I don't know.
Okay, L, one more follow-up question.
Okay.
How many people had you robbed before this to where this is the one you got caught on? Like, was this an everyday occurrence?
I wasn't like robbing that many people. I was kind of like, I would like go steal shit from CVS or like, just like, I was like a little klepto, but I wasn't really robbing. Like, I wasn't like physically like robbing people that much. Like, I probably had robbed like 2 other people before that.
Okay. No, before you
Like
you rob someone like that,
Jesus, this is so,
because that's like an intense experience.
I'm not trying to like promote this at all. Don't rob.
No.
Really
This was the old you. This was
this
was a lifetime ago. You're how old now?
I'm 25 now.
Yes, this is a decade ago.
Literally, that's crazy to think about.
So a decade ago, before you rob someone, are you nervous? Is it like the kind of like that feeling before you go on stage and perform, or
I don't get nervous before I go on stage.
Oh,
but
you don't?
I was nervous for that because you just never.
Yeah,
know.
you're just like,
you never know how someone's gonna react.
Like you're amping up to it. You're like, all right, I'm gonna rob this too.
Honestly, it was like,
did you need?
I needed money.
You needed money. That's what I was gonna say. Were you like, I gotta do something?
Yeah,
this is what I'm gonna do today.
I was like kind of spoiled growing up. Like my mom had a pretty good job and shit like that. And then later on, like once I hit like high school and shit, it was just bad and just like I just needed money and I didn't have a job. I like wasn't even looking for a job, and I just fucking trying to get it the fast way. Trying to hang around these cool dudes. That's what they were doing, and I'm just like, all right, let's go.
All right, so you rob this dude. You take his iPhone.
Three
weeks later,
I'm like riding my fucking bike to the fucking like liquor store, like just going casually. And the cops just pull up on me, fucking guns out, like, get on the fucking floor. I'm like, whoa, what for what? And they were like, you fit the description of a robbery, blah, blah, blah. And they took me to jail.
That's kind of crazy because I'll be honest with you. I've gotten robbed a few times. Never like that. I shouldn't. I've been burglarized. I've never been robbed. I've been burglarized. Mm-hmm. And
I've done that too. But
and when I was burglarized, I can't say the word. Burger. I don't want to say it.
Trying to help, man.
Burglarized.
When you were burglarized.
Uh-huh. When I was that, I filed a police report. Mm-hmm. I had suspects in my head. I had evidence.
You had suspects and evidence?
I had suspects and evidence, and they didn't do
anything.
Shit. And now I get it.
Wait, how did you come up with the suspects, though?
So I'll tell you about the first time I got burglarized. Mm-hmm. It was in college, and they stole my MacBook Pro. So this is like top-of-line MacBook Pro, 15-inch. It was like over $2,000 for his laptop.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And my dad bought it for me, if I'm being honest. He bought it for me as a going-to-college present.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And my roommate at the time had stolen a laptop earlier in the year. Mm-hmm. And he told me about it. And I said, and I was this tell you the character that I was, the square that I am. I said, listen, I'm not a rat. I'm not going to tell on you, but I want you to return that laptop, or I will tell on you. That's what I told him. And I made him return the laptop.
That's beautiful. I was going to say, because if you told me you're not going to tell on me, but you're going to tell on me, I would have not given it back.
I said if you don't return it, I will. So I said.
So you were like, basically, I'm going to tell on you.
I'm going to tell on you, but I said unless you return it. So I made him return. Return this kid's laptop that he stole, and I didn't even like the kid who he stole it from. But I was like,
really nice, honestly.
But I was like, I just imagined what it would be like if someone stole my laptop. So then, last day of school, my laptop's gone, stolen. As we're moving, it was like when everyone's shit's kind of the doors are unlocked, shit's going nuts. It's gone now. I suspect it was him. Of course, he's never owned up to it. I don't even stay in contact with him. But I also had a tracker on the laptop, just a piece of software. So anytime it turns on, it gives the IP address where it is, location, and I was tracking it. And I had literally a block radius where it could have been. And I gave the detective all this information, and they didn't do anything.
It was a block radius from your house?
From wherever the laptop was.
Oh, really?
Now...
And they did nothing?
They did nothing. Now...
That's insane.
It's easy to sit here and say, cops suck, they don't do shit. But they have bigger fish to fry. This was some college kid's laptop. And they have, it's LAPD. They got murders. They got...
What school was this?
This was Marymount.
So I mean, what else are they fucking doing in
Who knows?
Palos Verdes?
But so I'm not saying I'm looking back and saying fuck the cops, they don't do shit. All I'm saying is though, I'm surprised when I hear this story because I go, oh, the cops are doing their jobs, or do you think it was like racial profiling?
Oh no, I can tell you exactly
shit.
what happened.
Yeah,
the kid saw me again on the bike.
Oh, and recognized
me
you.
and called the cops. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
it wasn't the cops weren't doing their job at all.
It was the kid did the job.
Yeah, the kid did the job himself. Yeah.
That worked. That makes more sense.
And I was like in like a a grocery store like plaza, like going to the fucking CVS or something.
Yeah.
And he just saw me, and then like I came out to CVS, and they were like, "Oh my god, fucking guns drawn."
So they arrested you.
They arrested me. My mom had to come get me from the local.
Did they
prison.
find the stolen iPhone on you?
No, I had already sold it and like spent the money.
Then couldn't
I already
you,
sold it and spent the money.
So couldn't you then have just denied it and
Of
been
course,
like,
yeah,
that
but
wasn't
it
me?
was
Or did you own up to it? What happened?
Damn, this was so long ago. So basically,
because that guy's eyewitness doesn't seem like enough evidence.
Yeah, I know. So that's exactly what happened. So they took me to the precinct. My mom had to come get me from the precinct, and then I had to start going to court for it or whatever. Like I had to start going to but I didn't have a lawyer. I had a fucking public defender or whatever. And it like came down to it to basically it was gonna be like my word against his.
Yeah.
And then the kid like kind of like never showed up to the court or some shit like that. And I was almost about to get away with it, but I got caught stealing a bottle of alcohol from CVS while I was on trial for robbing him, and I also got caught doing a dine and dash.
So they had two other little things.
Two other things on me, and they're like, you know what? We're about they were like talking about giving me like actual time in jail.
Damn.
So once I got caught for those other two things, they put me on house arrest for like a whole year. So from like my 17th birthday to my 18th birthday, I was on house arrest.
Damn.
And because they were just like, you're a fucking menace, blah blah blah. And then they let me off house arrest. They let me off house arrest, and the stipulations, I think that's the words, like the terms.
Yeah, the terms of condition of your probation.
My probation. It was for like 2 or 3 years, which I had to like stay clean off of drugs, like pass the test. I had to either have a job or be enrolled in school.
Got it.
And because I was 18 now at the time, so I think before you're 18 you have to be in school. But like once you're 18, it's like you either have to be in school or have a job.
Got it. So you got a job at Jamba Juice.
Well, I was working. I mean, I was in school still because I didn't graduate high school. And then I was just fucking up. And I was like, man, I just got to go get a job. And I went to the mall, like, off of, like, these over-the-counter, like, I used to take these over-the-counter, like, cough and cold medicine pills to get, like, fucked up. And I was off, like, 30 of them at the mall, and I applied to Jamba Juice. And I got
all
hired.
fucked up.
I wasn't even fucked up. It kind of made me more alert and kind of, it was like, are you familiar with robo-tripping? Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. I've never done.
I mean, I would assume you've never done.
Hey, I've done some mushrooms. I've done some acid. I've done some weed, cocaine. I've done.
Oh, okay. You've dabbled.
I've dabbled, yeah. Okay. But never with like counter stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't like you had to get a prescription for it. You can like go to the fucking.
Yeah, you just got to do a shitload of them. Yeah, probably horrible for you.
It was so bad for your insides. I'm assuming. Yeah. No, but yeah.
So you did that and you got a job at Jamba Juice.
Yeah, they're called Triple C's. Shout out to Triple C's. I used to be up them shits heavy.
So then, so how did you said, I quit and got fired.
Oh, because, that was just the beginning of the story, by the way. So after I worked there for about a year, I got really close with my manager, like the general manager of the store. He was mad cool, and like, he smoked hella weed. We would just smoke weed together and just kick it, whatever. And I ended up like moving in with him.
Okay.
And then I had another job that was next door to us. There was like a women's like footwear store.
Okay.
And it was like I was the stock boy. Like I like stocked up the shoes or whatever. So I got hired there too. And
have you developed like a foot fetish from this? Or?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
Okay.
Or like at least like I look at toes and like I look at what kind of shoes girls are wearing now. So then I started dating the manager of the women's shoe store.
Okay.
And then she also moved into the house that we all lived in.
So it's your girlfriend now,
who was my manager at one job.
At one job.
My other manager from Jamba Juice.
All right.
All lived together. And then, so basically, he was the only reason why I kept the job for a really long time, because he was my friend / roommate.
Yeah.
And we actually like switched locations together. Like we started off at one location, and then he got transferred to another one, and he
brought
took
you
me
over
with
there.
him.
Yeah.
And then once he got fired, he got fired for dating another another manager.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that? There was no
Yeah, I know.
fraternization?
It was stupid.
Man, that's dumb.
And it was like they were keeping it on the low, and they didn't
Yeah.
even work at the same
It's
store.
not well enough.
They didn't even work at the same store.
That should be allowed.
Yeah, it was fucking retarded. Well,
Not
it
only
was-
should it be allowed, it should be encouraged. What if they got married and
And
Jamba
like-
Juice could be like, look at
Dude,
this.
I
We're-
know.
we're
But look, this was the
in love."
thing. It was like they weren't at the same level. Like he was the general manager, and she was like an assistant manager.
Got it.
So they were like, no, da da da,
Yeah,
and they
she was
fired him
attracted
for
to
that.
that power. That Jamba
crazy.
Juice power.
Dude, I would come home and they would be like reading the handbook together and shit. Or just
Are you for real?
I swear to-
That's the lamest
hilarious.
shit I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, so she lived there too. It was just a whole fucking Jamba Juice house. It was
Wow,
crazy.
that's so
It was
funny.
crazy. Like
in
his girl-
Hawthorne.
No, this was in Torrance. Like,
Okay, in
super
Torrance.
close, super
Right
close. But yeah, so once he got fired, then I just immediately I had quit before, and then he brought me back.
Got it.
Like he convinced me to come back.
Uh-huh.
And then once he got fired, I got fired again. I got fired because I was already supposed to be fired.
Oh,
That's
so they
so
were just
funny.
like, yeah, you're.
Well, I was
kinda-
already supposed to be fired as in.
But
like,
what did they ever say? Like the official reason?
Oh
was?
yeah, because I used to come late all the time. I would come like
Got it.
hungover,
So
fucked
it's like,
up.
yeah, you're not a good employee. You're out
No,
of here.
no, it was like this really strict, mean lady who took over the fucking
Yeah.
store. She was not.
She wanted to
having
work her way up the ranks
Yeah,
of the,
she was not
the
having it.
Jamba Juice corporate world.
it. No, for sure. Hey, they used to pay pretty good.
Oh yeah, a little
for
more than
him.
minimum wage, right?
I mean, for him, like he had a fucking house and a brand new Jeep and shit.
Damn,
He was doing.
that's really good.
Yeah, he was doing pretty
Damn.
good.
and
Shout
he
out
wasn't
Jamba.
robbing kids.
He was not. No.
Yeah. Did you stop robbing kids
Yes.
after that one arrest, or did,
Yes, because like that, I don't think I've ever been more afraid of anything than that.
Yeah, when you're sitting in the courtroom.
And they're like talking about like the maximum time that you can get for this shit. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, what? Like 10 years because I stole some dude's iPhone?
So when did rap start?
Like 2015. I started writing for this girl that I like used to go to high school with.
Uh-huh.
And like she just knew that I knew how to rap. She didn't even know I wasn't even a rapper yet.
How'd she know you knew how to rap then?
I don't know. I would like freestyle at parties and shit, or just I really don't know. We should ask her one of these days.
So you didn't even write, you didn't do your own shit.
I wasn't doing my own music. I was
You
writing for her.
wrote lyrics for her.
Yeah, and she was like gonna be this like edgy, like Lil Kim-esque, like sex queen, like. So I was just writing about.
And then do you just do this for fun? Did she pay you? Like, how did this work?
I didn't like necessarily get financially compensated.
Yeah, I mean, imagine she wasn't making money either.
No.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. So her brother-in-law, right? Her sister's husband was works in the music industry, right? And he got her connected, very well connected, very early on. And I was like writing for her, and then she just decided one day that she wanted to quit. She was just like, whatever. Like she got over it.
Yeah.
She got over it. She's like, I'm just gonna be like this Instagram model girl.
All right.
And fuck
One of
make
those
music.
basic
Yeah.
bitch.
And then and then her brother-in-law just kind of took me under his wing and was just like, you know what, we're just gonna focus on you. He was like,
That's nice of him.
yeah, and he's still my manager to this day.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
And I guess, I mean,
That was
wasn't
like 2
that
years
four,
ago,
yeah,
yeah.
three,
What,
no,
three?
4 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2016, really.
2016. Okay, so 2-3 years
2015,
ago.
2016, yeah.
That's cool. But
Yeah.
it seems like, I mean, from my perspective,
Yeah.
it's just from. It seems like you're doing really well.
Thanks.
You got videos online that seem you have a lot of followers. You
Yeah,
have a
man.
big fan base. You
Yeah.
have a $400 jacket. You have a girl here that you met on Instagram a few days ago.
I think I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
mean, I'm
Showing.
gonna let you tell it that I'm doing well. You know?
What are your goals at this point? And you're off the streets, not committing crime.
Yeah, not committing.
Are you still on
crime.
probation?
No,
Off
that
probation.
ended. That ended when I was like 21 or something. Yeah.
Any felonies on your record?
No,
No
good.
felonies?
They just let me in Canada. I got a fucking passport now. I didn't think they were gonna let me in Canada at all. And I was like, yeah,
They
fuck
did.
yeah.
So what's the next goal for you?
I just got off like a 20 city tour. That was tight.
It was super fun.
It was super fun.
What was your favorite city?
I keep getting asked this question. I have no idea. It kind of all started to blend together after a while.
Yeah,
like, I'm
yeah.
like, was that this show or was that?
And
one?
so when you went on this 20 city tour, did you go by yourself? Did you bring anyone
no,
with you?
I was like support
okay.
for another artist.
And who was the other artist?
This is guy named Father, who's also a rapper.
Father.
And then there's a group called Danger Incorporated, and they're like more of an R&B type of.
Would
vibe.
you say, are these people your friends?
Father is my friend. Well, they're all my friends now. We
Yeah.
bonded up after that tour.
Yeah, yeah.
But
so Father's.
Father was already my friend before.
Is that in comedy for me, I do stand up.
Yeah.
A lot of
Are you familiar with this guy named Zach Fox?
sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Okay,
Zach Fox.
but he's a comedian too. But
Okay, cool. For me, like a lot of the opportunities that I get to go on are from my peers and from people who hook it up. And my friends. Is that the same thing with the music industry? Like, is this tour father hooking it up?
It's 1,000%. He's like an established artist. He's probably been touring and shit since like 2015, 2014 maybe. So it was definitely like Lil Bro, like, hey, come on tour.
Come see daddy work. Yeah,
we're gonna pay you. Get to open up.
Did you have to? Was there any hazing involved? Did you have to do anything for him on the road? I'm not talking sexual things.
No.
I'm not saying you gave him blowjobs. I'm not saying that. Do you have to carry around his bags? Anything like that?
No, not really.
That's
it's just
pretty cool.
The one tedious thing that I had to do, which I didn't really have to do, but the first
because you almost want to do something.
No, dude,
when someone
definitely
I go on the road. Recently, I've been going on the road with a guy named Theo Vaughn, really funny comedian, headliner, and he's so generous and nice, and he's giving me this big opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what can I do for you, dude?
Exactly. You feel like you owe it to them,
yeah,
man.
I'm like, what? Do you want me to help sell your T-shirts? Like, what can I do?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, is there anything you did?
Not necessarily directly for him. Like I definitely like expressed that same sentiment. I'm like, dude, fucking thank you so much. And he's just so cool. It's like the homie already is like, it didn't even feel like that, you know? It didn't feel like, I don't know. It was a really great experience. The only thing that I had to do that I didn't have to do was the first like long trek was from LA to Chicago straight, like 30 hours. And it was the tour manager, me, and my DJ.
Oh, did he take buses everywhere?
Yeah, we took like a Sprinter van, the whole
Mercedes.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know, but you know he's the main artist, so he flew from LA to Chicago.
Oh, and then the crew
and then
followed.
The other group is based out of Atlanta, so they took a mega bus from Atlanta to Chicago, but we drove the Sprinter from LA all the way to Chicago. And my portion of the drive-in was like through the fucking Rocky Mountains.
That's you giving back.
Exactly.
You drove the van there
at like 3 a.m.
No, that's a big thing,
dude. Black ice. It was crazy.
And
yeah, it was wild.
So
I also don't have my license either, so that was like, you know.
Oh wow!
I mean,
yeah, you could have gotten in trouble.
I know how to drive, but it was. You know,
yeah, why don't you have your license?
A part of just like the whole court saga where I.
But that's over now.
Yeah,
right?
but it just ended. It just ended. It was like I couldn't get my license until I was 25.
Got it. So now, are you planning on getting your license?
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
I fucking love driving. I drive I've been driving this whole time, but I just never got caught.
That's good.
That's good because I'm a great driver. Caught. That's why.
Yeah, that's great.
So you ever want to just trust me with your car? Just give it.
So there's a question for both of you.
Go ahead.
You know, I know that the music industry, and I'm sure the rap industry on its own, goes through so many changes all the time. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly changing with social media, things like that. Now, back in the day, you try and get a hit record. But I feel like people still put out records, but now it's like there's YouTube, there's singles on iTunes, there's SoundCloud. There's so many different things. Like, what's your thing? Are you trying to put out records? What's your...
Like, am I trying to put out like a Billboard hit record?
Yeah, like what's your... I don't know. What's your niche? What are you going for?
I feel like in this scene that we're in, like in this, like in the field that I'm in, and like the DIY kind of just like do-it-yourself market, there are artists and there are songs that make it to that level, but I don't think they intended to in the beginning. Like, so they kind of just catch on. Like they'll catch on to the masses, just kind of by random. Not even by random, but like, you know, like it'll gain a certain traction in the underground, and then maybe like the label people or like bigger people are like, oh, this is gonna be it, and they put whole machine behind it later. But yeah, a lot of these artists, I feel like it was like by chance they got that first big hit, and then they kind of
just took it.
Like, you know, they kept it going from there.
So is that kind of what you're going for?
I mean,
are you going for anything? Are you just trying to make good music and see what happens?
I think I'm just making music and I'm just releasing it and I'm just seeing what is going on. My biggest song to date has like 2 million on SoundCloud. That's not like crazy, but like I didn't think it would get that much.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
a lot.
if it did
Yeah,
anything
that's a
more
lot.
than that, I would just be like, I mean, just the fact that it even went past 1 million, I was like, damn. But then we're at 2, and I was like, I'm like, damn. But now it doesn't even feel like any, like it didn't feel like a change. I'm like, oh my god, it's just like now I'm trying to get another song with like 5 million or 10 million. Or
That'd be nice.
30 million.
That's,
whatever.
that's the next step.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe that's like if that song took off like more than it already is, then I guess I would be in that position to where it would.
How do you think it got to that 2 million? Was it just people liked it and shared it? Was there a famous person that liked it and shared it?
It was like a couple of those things. So it's definitely it was. Well, like I used like a sample from this anime. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it already. Oh, Tokyo Ghoul. I used a sample from this anime, so a lot of fucking anime nerds heard it
and they
like,
loved
oh my
it.
God.
They're like, oh shit.
It's like the anime
That's
trap,
cool.
blah, blah. So that was one element. And then 2, there was definitely like some social media influencer type people. There was this one girl who has like 5 million followers, and she plays it on her like live all the time. She will never say like the name of the song or like
She just plays it.
She just plays it all
She doesn't
the time.
give you credit?
Dude, I've been getting messaged for like a year from people. They're like, dude, she's playing your song, da da da. And I'm like, bro, I just need one shout out.
Damn.
That's it. Just
That's
one.
not cool. If you're going to play someone's song, at least give them credit.
I mean, I think she'll like, I don't know. I think she'll say the name of it
Once in a while.
every once in a while.
Yeah,
but
okay.
there'll be people in the comments like, oh, what song is this? And I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, you got to go through her videos. It's
No.
me.
One-
This song's me.
One night I was off the perk. I was off the Percocet like a year ago.
Does that mean you were taking Percocet or you were not taking
I mean,
Percocet?
I was off it means I was on it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I was off the perk. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was like, like fucked up or whatever, and I was just laying in bed going through her comments on the video of my song, and I was just like, this is me. This is me. This is
That's
me.
awesome.
To like 1,000 people.
That's funny. I'll do the same thing, but
hilarious.
it's usually I'll respond to haters. I'll see someone commenting on one of my videos on like someone else's YouTube channel. This guy sucks, and I'll be like, hey, that's me. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Any problems in either of your guys' lives that I could give you advice on?
Shoot, I feel like advice is not. I don't let people give me advice. on
Let
life.
me open up,
Yeah.
baby.
Open up. Like I
Open
don't have
up,
much.
baby.
Like you feel me? Like even my music is very uncensored. So I already said everything that's in my life. Like we had this communication, like conversation. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really
It's a nice
care who
ring.
knows things.
This ring is crazy.
I make it.
Okay, there's advice number 1. Shrink that ring a little bit. It's a little,
No, man.
it's a little too big because like that might get in the way when you're knitting or when you're
Why?
eating or
Nah, it's like it helps when I'm hitting people. You feel
Exactly.
me?
oh shit.
It's just like something for the LA people.
Do you like to brawl?
I need to get a
I
huge
don't even know
ring,
what
so-
brawl means.
Brawl
I'm
means
from France.
fight,
Like I'm
yeah.
like.
You're from
yo.
Yeah.
France?
Yeah.
That's cool. You don't have a French accent that I could hear though.
It's kind of all mixed up at that
Yeah.
point. You feel me? It's like
How long or what age did you move here?
I moved here like LA or like
US.
10 years ago.
So you've only lived in US 10 years.
Yeah.
Your English is amazing.
Yeah, I
Man, I studied the dictionary.
Well, it works.
know. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I can make music. I'm like, I insult people from here because I'm like, how the fuck I'm still doing better than you do?
No,
Is,
that's
you
facts.
would.
so is French your first language?
My first language, yeah.
That's sick. Do you mix French into your lyrics? Into
Actually,
your
I
songs?
do.
Voulez-vous
Yeah.
I
say
do,
I
yeah. I was like,
soir?
let me just play with it because I'm like, fuck it.
Why not?
Yeah, fuck
fucking
it.
might
I'm
as
like,
well.
I can actually go to France right now and just like pull up some music, some French music, and be here, put some American music,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also like half Haitian and half Italian. I can come around, like, be all over this world.
Yeah.
You're half Asian, half Italian.
Haitian,
Haitian.
Haitian.
Did I say Asian?
You said Asian, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
meant-
totally said
I think I just
Asian.
missed the H. Haitian.
Asian.
you're half Haitian. And then what about you? Any advice?
Oh,
Any advice?
Shit, I already gave him everything
honestly,
he needed
I'm
yesterday,
not gonna
right?
lie.
You've only been talking a few days.
Shit.
No, but she gave
Trust
me a really strong like talking to last night. Not strong, like it was like, but it was really good. We
It
had,
was like mother
Over
love.
Instagram.
no on the phone.
No,
Oh,
on the phone, on the phone. Yeah.
Oh,
we kicked
smart.
it
Switch to the
into-
phone.
Yeah.
I had no idea that we were coming to do this like I mean, I had an idea, but I didn't know that it was like a therapy session almost. I would have not.
I guess he wanted us to say something. He was like, "Yo, go ahead, tell him something so he can give us advice." You feel me? Like, what you gonna give him?
I would have not had this long therapy session with her last night. I would have let you like.
Well, I could probably tell her all the bad advice she gave. I could just fix it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, she told me not to be great at any at one specific thing, but to be good at multiple different things. Because I try to put myself in a box of like, oh, should I just make music or should I? Like, I want to do comedy or I want to act and shit. And I'm just like, or I want to make clothes.
And she's saying do it all.
She's saying do it all.
I'll say this. I'll say there's something to what she said. I think.
Maybe I should explain myself first why I said this.
Okay,
Then it makes sense.
Yeah, okay. You explain yourself and then I'll give my thoughts.
When you want to be great, when you are great, that means you've been doing the same thing over and over again in order to be great, right?
Right.
So it's like if you are good at something, that means you keep experiencing and also growing. So I feel like it's part of growth to always be good but not great, you know? Because people always tell me, it's like, oh man, Pantera, you do too much. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, I do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know, it's like if I keep doing the same thing over and over again, it gets boring. Yeah. And then it's just like it's not a growth process. It's like you don't grow. Like if you have the same people around you all your life, that means you haven't grown enough. You know, because like there's a lot of people that go away, and you want to keep them around so badly, but then you realize you can't because it's just like not meant to be because they're not on your level no more. Yeah. You know, and that's just part of growth that you need to just be good at everything, not great.
I think that's true. I think that's very true, and I think to pursuing a lot of different things and having a lot of different interests, there's nothing wrong with that. I think everyone's different, and some people get bored with doing one thing over and over again. I would say I'm one of those people. I don't like just doing stand-up every night. I like doing a podcast. I like writing sketches. I like doing other stuff.
When did you start doing this podcast?
I started several years ago, but I just started doing it consistently because I built the space. I got Caitlin helping me get guests.
How did you build this following that you have?
I don't think I have much of a following.
She told me that you had a lot of SoundCloud subscribers.
I have a lot of SoundCloud subscribers. I got that, and this is funny. Someone told me yesterday.
You bought them.
No, I did not buy them. Someone told me yesterday, though, because I shared how I got the SoundCloud experience on a previous episode, and she heard it, and she goes, "You shouldn't have told people that. You should keep that to yourself." And I'm like, why? I'm an authentic person. I'm not gonna. It's not a secret. What happened was, I was doing this podcast on. This is getting into the technical talk of a podcast, but when you start a podcast, you have to have a host.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what hosting me is. So when people download it, it goes from their server. So I was hosting it on a podcast host site called Libsyn. And they're a popular podcast host. Okay. SoundCloud was just music at this time.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get into podcasting.
Wow.
So they I don't know how, but they found my podcast. I was on a few comedy sites, and I think they stumbled across it. And they said, "Hey, we really like your podcast.
Damn.
We want to start podcasting, and we want you to switch over to our site."
Wow.
The thing. And they go, "If you do, we'll feature it so that anytime someone," they said, number one, we'll give it to you for free. They had me there, to be honest.
Yeah,
they were like, because I was paying not a lot.
You
I was paying
to pay to be on the server?
You have to pay for podcast hosting. And it's not all expensive. I was paying $12 a month, something like that. But still, they were like, number one, we'll give you free hosting. Okay. And number two, anytime someone makes a SoundCloud account and says that they like comedy, because when you make a new SoundCloud account, it says, what are your interests? You can say hip-hop, techno, whatever, comedy. And so anytime someone checked that they like comedy, they were automatically subscribed to my SoundCloud.
What?
So that was through SoundCloud is how I got all those followers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so it's like, sounds good to me. And I'm so stupid that not only they give me this hookup, that it was such a good hookup that when that was happening, I was getting like 15 to 50,000 listeners per episode.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm so dumb. I just got bored with it, and I just didn't do it consistently. They stopped featuring me, and then now I was like, I want to get back into it. And now I get a lot less than that, but it's all good.
I mean, but like, that's a good story, though, dude. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And like now you're like building it back up, and it's like more authentic. And
Yeah, it's building back up. Some people stayed from that. Some people left. Some people are,
Get some
you
new
know.
people.
Then I have 500,000 SoundCloud subscribers. That doesn't mean that all 500,000
Yeah, of
people
course.
listen. It means I show up in their feed.
People really don't understand the concept of stuff like that, and they think, you know, like, even like when I get booked for shows and shit, they're like, oh, you have like 50,000 followers. That means that like 40,000 people are gonna come out to the show.
Right. Yeah, they
It's
don't
like,
get
nah.
it. They'll assume you have more money. So, and a lot of people, I mean, you were joking, but a lot of people do think, they're like, you bought your followers. I'm like, no, I didn't
No.
buy them. But also, I think you think that I have 500,000 listeners.
That means-
I don't.
Yeah, right.
It's not what that means.
That's not what that means at all. Exactly.
But yeah, it worked out. Okay, so what we're going to do now,
Mhm.
this is a new segment on the show
Okay.
where what I do is I play some callers and you guys can give them advice.
You're gonna place. Oh, like you have like some
I have
recorded messages.
some recorded messages.
Okay.
And we can,
Mm.
you know.
I'm gonna let you take the
Help
reins on
them
the
out.
first one. I don't even know what it's
I
gonna
was
be.
like, I don't even know what
So
that
this
is.
is from Anton Nastif. And we'll all be hearing it for the first time.
Anton the Steve.
See if it plays.
What kind of phone is that, by the way?
Galaxy. Samsung.
It's a little embarrassing.
You about
to
to
talk
steal
about
that?
this with you.
Was that?
I was like, are you about to steal it? You're
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah. Watch it. This is my phone, dude. This is
Okay.
S8. It's not even worth anything.
See?
There's two new
It's
ones.
all right, yo.
There's two new ones out.
Karma is a bitch.
This is why you can't. I know. I know, dude. I actually just got robbed a couple months ago.
No way.
In front of my house.
Like how'd this go down?
I had a show.
What part of town do you live in too?
I
by
live
the
like
way?
next to Inglewood. So
Okay, so you live in a little bit of shady area.
kind of.
Yeah. Some gangsters over there.
Definitely some thugs over there.
Yeah.
Fuck you too, whoever you are who robbed me.
Damn.
Well,
But
fuck
calling
you
you
too.
out.
yeah, fuck those niggas.
I'm gonna
but
say please don't rob me, and I'm sorry that happened
I
to
highly
you.
doubt- I highly doubt they even like.
Listen to this. I doubt they listen to this podcast.
I mean, I hope not. That would suck. If they,
Are
like,
you?
came-
If you're one of my 500,000
I'll take it back, I'll take
subscribers,
it back.
thank you
if
for
they-
subscribing.
Would they, like, come
We
and
take it
find-
back.
would they come and find me from that? Oh god.
Nah, don't worry.
All
Okay,
right.
but
I'll protect your Haitian power.
So you're walking home.
Exactly. Nah, well, I wasn't walking. I was. I had just got back from Vegas. I had a show in Vegas.
Okay.
And it was a wild ass fucking show, and I smashed my phone. Right, completely shattered it.
Okay.
So I was going to go get my phone fixed, and I was skateboarding back home from like around the corner
Nice.
from the phone store, and some niggas just got out the car.
During the day.
2 p.m.
Damn.
Got out the car, jumped me
While you're on your board.
on my skateboard. I'm like a little, like I was fatigued. I'm like a little
Yeah.
heavier than I used to be.
Yeah.
So I'm like, like I had just skated from maybe like a mile or mile and a half or something. It's a little tired, and I'm, coming down the block. I'm almost approaching my house, so I'm slowing down. They just hop out the car and just fucking beat me up and take.
They
all,
beat you up too?
Beat me up and took all my jewelry. I have more jewelry now, but
That's all they took? They took your.
I had like maybe like
You had a lot of bling on.
I had a lot of bling on, like 4 chains on, some earrings.
They took your earrings? Did they rip them out or did they let you?
Ripped them out.
They ripped them out of your ears?
Damn.
So they were not nice about it.
They were not
They weren't
nice
like, take off your earrings.
Well, he was like trying to fight me at first, and then the other dude got out the car and they just jumped me. And then,
Damn.
and as I was on the ground, he was like I had like layers of jewelry, so he was like trying to get the smallest one was worth the most money, right? And it was like all diamond out and shit. So he was like holding on to the chain and like trying to rip it off, but it was like tight on my neck. Obviously, it was kind of small, and he like couldn't get it off, so he kept punching me to try to get it off. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, at one point I was like, dude, just fucking take it. And I was just like,
Yeah.
you already got all my other shit.
How long ago was this?
This was like a couple months ago.
Damn.
Maybe
You
like-
seem pretty combat. Has this happened to you before?
I mean, I just understand the fucking karma of that. I used to do this to people.
Were they young? Were they old?
They looked kind of young.
They were like kids.
They were probably like 20,
20 years old.
21, 22.
And were they
early 20s for sure.
It was 2 guys.
One driving and 2 dudes that got out the car.
So 3 guys.
3 guys.
Oh, but one guy stayed in the car.
Yeah, well, he
The
stayed.
getaway car.
Uh-huh.
Did you call the cops? Or were you like, I don't know why even bother?
What are you thinking about it?
Do you want me to tell you what I really did?
Yeah.
I went in the house. I got
Your house.
Yeah, because it was like this is my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a little playground, and then this is another apartment. They robbed me like right at this apartment, so it was like a playground in my house. So I was like 2 apartments away from my house.
Okay.
So I go inside the house and I like grab my gun, and then I'm like walking back outside, and I just realized I was like, okay, these niggas are gone by now. Let me calm down, go back in the house, because it was like hanging out of my fucking sweatshirts.
Now you're a black guy with a gun.
Yeah, in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't even walk outside. I was like, I started walking towards my front door, and I was just like, yo, let me calm the fuck down. And I just went in the house.
You were like vengeful in that moment.
I was fucking.
You were like, fuck these guys. I'm getting my shit back.
If I would have had it on me right then, I would have shot all 3 of them niggas.
Yeah.
Also, I was like really very scared for my life at the point, because I don't know what the fuck was going on.
3 dudes you don't know attacking you, of course. That's
and it was
scary
like
shit.
it was so sketchy, like, and I'm pretty good at like picking up on vibes and picking up on like when some shit's about to happen, but I was just not paying attention. I had my headphones in.
Yeah, you were skating.
And then like, cause like I saw the car pass me.
Wait, did you get your phone fixed? Was this after you got it fixed? Did they take your phone?
No, the phone wasn't even fixed. Wait, so how was I listening to music? I don't know. Maybe I just had it. I think the screen was cracked. I just had it plugged in. I was just playing the music like that. I don't remember, but I know that I had my headphones in for sure.
Right.
But it was like they, yeah, dude, like.
That's scary as shit.
The car passed me at first, and I saw them like kind of like hanging out by the corner, and then they like got out the car, and like.
In broad daylight.
Daylight.
The shitty thing about that too is, besides the fact that they took all your shit, of course, and beat you up.
Yeah.
But it's like. You're near your house.
That's like
it's the middle of the day. Now it's like you feel violated. You know what I mean? It's like I got when I got burglarized here. The shittiest part was just that feeling of like
That's what I'm
it was
saying.
in that apartment.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
you
feel weird as fuck.
It was like then going home each time. I'm like, I don't know what's safe anymore. Like you just
gotta, like,
feel
be on the lookout all the time.
Yeah, you're just like you don't feel quite as secure.
No, not at
with
all.
the place that you want to be your home. You know, so
I don't really want that place to be my home anymore.
or the place that is your home or whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, that shit.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
No, it's okay, and it's kind of like, you know, the way the universe works. Dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say sorry that happened to you, and I guess
it's kind of what I get.
Now it's all evened out, and so it won't happen again.
I hope not. Because I'm planning on getting like more jewelry that's nicer. So
just make sure you move
maybe
first.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe wait till you move to a little bit better of a neighborhood.
I may try to move, and
but then again, shit happens here too. This is supposed to be a nice neighborhood.
Shit happens everywhere.
My car's gotten broken into on the street. My apartment got burglarized.
Bro,
that's why I got that new fancy lock. I got security camera now.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I couldn't even get out. I couldn't even get out the door earlier because he has this crazy lock on it. I was like, how did I do this?
Yeah, I'm a little bit more prepared. All right, let's play this call.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. This is from Anton Nassif.
Hi, it's a little embarrassing to talk about this with you, but I've been suffering quite a bit from hypochondria.
What does that mean?
Oh fuck! Someone's calling me.
Well, okay, wait. Did you hear what he said?
A little embarrassing to talk about this with you, but I've been suffering quite a bit from hypochondria. I'm constantly thinking that I have like some kind of terrible illness that's killing me, and obsessing over my body sensations, and I just don't know how to deal with it.
All right. So this almost seems more like medical advice.
Yeah.
But,
which she is an expert on.
Shoot.
Oh, is that? Why are you an expert? Let's start with why you're an expert on medical advice.
Here's what it is. I went to school for acupuncture.
Okay.
You know, nobody knows. It's like my secrets. But
you're revealing everything right now.
I'm revealing everything. I don't like this.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm just playing. It's no problem, you know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to diseases, it's a dis-ease. So most likely, it's really to look what you're not comfortable with, and also seek advice from like professionals. You feel me? Because like not ask us, because we don't not know what's the problem with you.
I didn't even know what a hypochondriac meant.
I've dealt with this advice once before. And I'm gonna disagree with you. There's no advice that you need to go outside this podcast for. Anything you need help with, we can help you with right here.
All right, what would you get? What kind of advice would you get?
Do you have any thoughts before? There we go. Hypochondria.
I feel like
go get acupuncture. Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give my ignorant place on this. I don't know. I feel like you should. Sorry, I just kicked over
you're
something.
good. Don't worry about it.
I feel like you should just.
You leave it.
Okay. I feel like you should just look into yourself and just be like, hey, man, I'm tripping. And you got to kind of, I don't know. I think you got to just realize that you're probably, it sounds like he knows that he's like aware that he's like kind of making this up in his head, but he's not sure. He doesn't know.
He's not sure. That's right.
It's like you could have some deadly disease, but you also could just be completely making this up in your head and just scaring yourself.
That's true.
Here's what I say.
There we go.
These days, with Obamacare, Medi-Cal, there's no excuse not to get a general checkup. At least especially if you're a hypochondriac or worried that you have something. Like, I'll be honest, I don't get general checkups, but that's because I'm stupid and lazy and don't feel like going to deal with doctors.
Same.
But if I wanted to, I could, and it would be paid for by the United States government because of my low income. I qualify for Medi-Cal. So anybody can do that.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Call Medi-Cal. You can do it if you don't make a lot of money. It's out there. Help is out there.
I did not buy a $400 jacket, Medi-Cal.
So, once you get that general checkup and they tell you you're fine and you still are worried you have something, I think at that point the issue is with you, man. The issue is something up here. So you got to work out, you got to get healthy, you got to smoke weed, chill out. If you got something that's going to kill you, then that's God wanting to kill you, dude.
No way. That's
fate.
not the way it goes.
Yeah.
No?
Here's what
That's
you should
fate,
do, right?
man.
I believe that fasting is the most powerful healing thing.
Well, that's
out
called
there.
an eating disorder.
No, this is not called healing. No, this is not. This is not a fact, okay? What's his name again so I can talk to him private?
What's his name?
I just deleted it, but it was
Nassif.
Nassif.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, Nassif.
Fasting is the most important thing, and herbs and fasting. Once you do that, nothing can be inside your body. I was talking to him about pH yesterday. pH.
Make sure that
Get your pH levels.
Alkaline.
I think that's more so to do with vaginas and the fluids in a vagina. But yeah, men could have pH too. Men could get their pH.
What are you talking about? pH of the body.
I know girls who don't have a proper pH, their vaginas taste bad.
Yeah, that's probably a fact.
That is
yeah.
So especially
well, pH is all over the body. So
yeah, it's like you got to get your pH right when you're growing weed. You got to get your pH right when you want a tasty vagina, and you got to get your pH right to get that healthy mind and get rid of that hypochondria. That's good advice.
pH alkaline.
That's right. Get
alkaline
that
your body.
Get that alkaline water.
Drink the alkaline water. Yes.
Or you could just get addicted to pain pills or Xanax or something and just completely numb yourself.
Hey, that's not
true.
a good idea. That's not a good idea.
Drugs will. That's a good short-term solution.
I'm completely
if
joking.
You're
don't
just
do that.
if you're gonna die of something anyway, you might as well take all the drugs. But if long term, I wouldn't do that.
I was joking. Don't do that, guys.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do what he did, man.
Exactly. Don't end up like me. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take one more caller. This
one
is
more?
from.
Let's do two more.
Okay, we'll do two more then.
Here, let me get the
next one's from Karen Charlton.
So we're having way too much fun.
Karen Charlton.
All right.
That's a long one.
It's a long one.
1 minute.
I was hoping you could give me some advice. I lost the two most important people in my life this past year within 4 months of each other. I spent over a year in hospitals with my lifetime friend. And then 4 months after that, I spent another 4 months with my mother, and she decided to leave this world as well. You know, I expect the grieving. I expect the sadness and missing them, and I've read all the books. I've helped others go through grieving. What I didn't expect was to not be able to sleep at night, and it's just affecting everything I do now. I have a hard time staying awake at work. I'm at a loss for words at times. I'm just hoping you can help me.
That's some intense shit right there.
That's very intense.
That was
Karen,
deep.
Karen Charlton, thank you for sharing.
Karen.
Thank you for opening up to me and to my listeners
beautiful.
on Unlicensed Therapy. I appreciate that.
Yo, people really entrusting you, by the way. Just throw that out.
I guess Karen did.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Anybody want to start that off?
I'll leave it to you guys first.
You want to start?
So wait, she was really concerned about how she
how to deal with loss.
How to deal with loss, but how, like she said, she specifically that it was affecting her sleeping.
Yeah.
You got to get some melatonin.
Yeah, you could try some natural sleeping
some natural
pills. Yeah.
Melatonin.
Some reefer.
Some weed, maybe. I don't know, dude. That's like, I'm really bad at dealing with deaths and
Have you
stuff
ever
like that.
and dealt with any of that in your life?
Yeah, that guy I was telling you about earlier, Lil Peep, he was like a singer / rapper. He's like my really good friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he died of like a Xanax. Oh, no, it was a Xanax overdose, but it wasn't. It was like the Xanax was cut with fentanyl.
Damn.
So he died from that. It wasn't
fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That was like a year ago now. That was kind of hard. I mean, I've had like friends fucking go to jail and die my whole life or whatever, but that was like probably one of the most recent ones, and that was kind of hard.
Yeah,
I didn't really lose sleep over it or anything, and it was like, it's just having someone there and then they just be gone all of a sudden. You're just like, damn, I could never talk to this person ever again.
Yeah.
Whatever, it fucking sucks. Especially someone like in the public eye like that people were like, really looking up to and shit. It was, I don't know. I'm like reminded of it like every day because some fan page I'll come across this picture up there, or they'll like, like people will be chiming in and put like saying what they think he should have done or blah blah. You're just reminded about it a lot, and I'm just like, all right, dude, this sucks.
Yeah, it's
had a nice good cry watching like a YouTube documentary about him the other day.
There's nothing wrong with that. A good cry.
Yeah.
Good cry
I think
is good.
some of the toughest men I know cry.
Pretty tough.
That's true.
Yeah, you being one of them.
Tough.
Got the dice on the arms. Okay, what about you, Annie? What are your thoughts?
I
on
just feel like
loss?
Most people, they want understanding. They want understanding about life. Like, it's like understanding culture, understanding the government, understanding things, and really what we need to seek is acceptance. Because it's a big healer. Because not everything needs to be understood.
Yeah, she's probably like, why? Like, why did my mom? Why?
Yeah, it's like
my friend.
A lot of people just keep wondering why. You know what I mean? It's like even when somebody dies, that it's like a child, and you're wondering like why he died. You know what I mean? It was like because it was his time, and you're not a person. It doesn't matter how he got shot or however he was killed.
Whatever, yeah.
It was just mainly he was meant to die. You're not a person. You shouldn't be selfish. And thinking like you should keep them to yourself. And really the big answer is like just acceptance, because it comes in everything. In relationship, we want things, but understanding, like the understanding is, and also the acceptance is, it's like you don't own nobody. You feel me? Like a relationship is like, this is mine.
Yeah.
It's like that person wants to be with you. You know what I mean? This is like mine. But once you understand that this world doesn't revolve around you, you realize that everybody is kind of free to do whatever they want, know?
Right.
I would have liked to known how they passed away.
How they passed and who they were to her.
Well, she said
two important people. The most.
She said her mom was the second one, and the first one was a long-time friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say those things are true, for sure. And then there's just the cliche things. These people are in a better place now.
No, that's...
What would these people want you? Do you think they'd want you to be losing sleep at night? No,
exactly.
They'd want you to be happy. They'd want you to celebrate their lives and their memories and be happy in your life and go to sleep every night. They'd want you to get a good night's sleep. Yeah. And the other thing, and this is just simple, is people have passed, and it's sad as this is, that creates room to allow new people into your life. Find someone new to share your life with, crazy. A new friend, a new lover, a new husband, a new boyfriend, new girlfriend, someone else that can hold you at night and help you get to sleep.
Dude, that's so crazy you said that. So the guy, Lil Peep, I met him through my mutual producer, right? Like he produces music for me, and that was like Peep's, like one of Peep's best friends, right? So his 1 year anniversary of his death just passed, and my friend just had his baby, like I think a couple days between the the anniversary of his death, and it's just like
Facts.
it's a fucking full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle, man.
It's the circle of
Shout out
life.
to NetArp. Shout out to Baby Shavo. Shout out to Baby Africa, his baby mama. Shout out to all of them.
Shout out to those guys.
Energy cannot be destroyed.
Energy is forever.
That's right. Those people's energy still live on. Those memories, those
Yeah.
experiences, the impacts they've made on you and other people in their lives are still around.
This podcast
Yeah.
will still be around.
That's true.
Let's get one more.
Let's do one more. This is from Jerome Smith.
Here.
Sounds like a.
So funny.
Jerome Smith sounds like a black guy, but we'll see.
I was about to say that.
We'll see.
I hope so.
I need advice.
Oh, that's a black guy for sure. For sure, a black guy.
All right.
Deal with friends who consistently are draining. Like, I really care about them. I got nothing but love for them. But every time I'm around them, they always want something from me. They're not bringing me any value.
I need advice.
Yeah.
But I got nothing but love for them, so I don't really want to cut them loose. But I might have to. I don't know. I need help and advice on this situation.
Man, I feel
I
like
need
we
to
had
listen to this guy one more time.
Yeah, let's run it back one more time.
I need advice on how to deal with friends who consistently are draining. Like, I really care about them. I got nothing but love for them. But every time I'm around them, they always want something from me. They're not bringing me any value. But I got nothing but love for them, so I don't really want to cut them loose. But I might have to. I don't know. I need help and advice on this situation.
All right.
Man, seemed
What do
like
you
I
guys
feel
think?
like we had this conversation.
We did. We had this
yesterday.
conversation last night.
Legit.
Yeah, I think everyone's had friendships like this in their life.
Shoot, yeah.
What do you
For
guys
sure.
think?
Should I start up with this one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Take it away.
Start it off.
So,
I'm glad you co-hosted this with me, by the way. This is a very good first date, actually. Thank you.
that's awesome because
Thank
I
you,
like
bro.
to talk.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like this world is like if you do not consider yourself important, nobody's gonna consider yourself important. Like consider you important. So it's like always put yourself first. That's like the most important thing.
Facts.
Because if you don't, nobody will. And I'm like, when it comes to draining energy, it's like if it feels drained, so that means it's not a mutual thing.
not mutual
You know
at
what
all.
I mean? Because like if me and you, we have a conversation, if we're comfortable with each other, it should be like as rewarding on both ends. And if they are friends, then it should not be draining. You feel me? So it's like I just feel like those kind of relationship for your own sake needs to end. You know, because it's not about them. It's about you, how you feel.
Especially if you're just giving.
Yeah,
The whole
you know,
relationship
like-
is,
Because I always feel like if you do not put yourself first, then you're cursing yourself. You know, that's what I call the biggest curse. You know, so it's important that you look for yourself first. That's just
That's
like
facts.
the main thing.
I'm going through that exact problem right now, just in my life with everyone. I feel like I'm just being pulled in like 1,000 different directions, and like people want so much from me, and like I have to like prioritize who I give my time to, and like who who I give my attention to, and financially, all that stuff, and just all of it. People just want something. It may not be anything to them, but it's like just the abundance of just having people just want something from you at any capacity. All these different people, it kind of gets to you sometimes. So.
For sure. Especially in this, in LA, dude. I feel like everyone wants something in LA. What can you do for me? What can I?
Every interaction I have is like, what do you do? What, like, who are you? Like,
yeah, there's a lot of that phoniness. I mean, my thoughts I think this is a universal problem that everyone can relate to. Everyone's had a friend or a family member, someone in their life where they're like, man, like, I love this person, but they're kind of a negative energy in my life. It's kind of, I don't look forward to seeing them. They bring negativity to my life. And I think what I try and do with those people, if I like them, I don't hate them. I just don't want them as much in my life. You just keep them at an arm's distance.
Yeah.
You don't have to excommunicate them out of your life. You don't have to ignore their calls. You don't have to do any of that. You just
sometimes if you want to keep it at arm's distance, you kind of got to cut back a little bit.
cut back. You cut back.
So I might ignore some of your calls, but not all.
Yeah. You may ignore some of the calls, or when they ask to hang out, you may be busy a little more often. You may be have a lot going on. Whatever it is. Hey man, I would love to hang out with you, but I got too much going on this week. I can't do it. You keep them at a distance. When you see them at your mutual friend's place, hey, great to see you. Give them a hug. It was great to see you, man. That's it. That's where
There's also something too, is the part that people keep forgetting about communication. Like the fact that somebody can come here and ask questions. Like that's supposed to be like, hey, you know, once you put your foot down on somebody, you like put your foot down. Like people cannot disrespect you any type of way because they already know how you move, you know. And that needs to be something that people must like do. Is like, if I put my boundaries, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hey, you can't fucking do this shit to me because next time you do this, you're going to be cut off. Like, you already give somebody, you're already telling somebody,
you're
like,
giving them,
hey.
like, the expectations.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like,
so,
hey, man, I'm going to need you to, like.
Communication is so important, and most people lack communication skills. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, awful.
That's facts. I have a hard time.
It's hard. It's hard to reject people. It's hard to say no to people. It's hard because... You know they want it.
No, it's just like, you know, some people are not even aware of what they do, you know?
That's
for sure.
So a lot of people
most
just have no idea.
Most
and like,
of the time.
If you're aware, then you're supposed to like make them understand, like, okay, you know, I really care for you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But at this point, I cannot do this much. Like, I even had my mother, I had to like, you know, it was like, hey, whenever she talked negatively, I was like hanging up the phone. But that's my mother. It's not because I do not care for her. It's because I care about my own feelings. And I'm like, the people that's the closest to you can break you the most. So I'm like, I do not take anything from my parents, from my sisters. Like, I do not care. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to be hanged up on if you talk negatively. Because that's not the energy I can accept. Like, we're not receptive.
Yeah. Dude, I had just got back home from that tour. Like last week. I got back home and my mom was like asking me something or whatever, and I was like, I just kind of stopped her. I'm like, hey, I love you, but just like I need like 10 minutes to myself. I've been on this fucking bus with like 10 people for the past month. I've been in the hotel rooms with people.
Need a little alone time.
I need like just 10 minutes, a long time. So like I completely whatever she was about to say, I was like, and I could tell like her face was like, wow, like sorry, and I'm like, no, like, I didn't mean it like that, but I need some time to myself for a second.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? That's cool. Communication, because you know you could have been like going bananas, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I could have like went off on her or something, and then she would have really been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Because people like, you know, they don't want to talk, they do not want to talk or do not want to say how they feel, and then at one point it's just like burst, and then next thing you know you're out here killing people, you know.
Exactly. So don't kill your mom. Don't kill anybody.
Yeah, it's like keep the violence, you know, rather than kill them, just distance yourself from them.
Yeah.
Have a little less
maybe
in your life.
Give them an explanation and
explanation is like, hey, you know, this is what's been going on, you know, this is how I feel. It's like I would like to change the dynamics, you know.
Everyone also doesn't deserve an explanation from you, though.
Yo, facts.
That's true.
I always say, like, when I'm done talking to somebody, like, we do not need to
talk. A lot
of
people won't get it either.
Yeah.
You give them your explanation, that just starts drama and arguments. It's easier just to
further it.
Good to see you, dude. See you later.
I was saying explanation. I was like, because yesterday we talked about that. If you explain something, that means there's room to, like, grow something back, you know? But once you're done talking, that means it's the end. You know, like, you know how I was talking about the jacket? I was like, it's the end. You do not have to say a single word because I'm not going to respond. It's just like when a relationship ends, you know. Once a person is just quiet as hell, that means you have no chance of going back because that person already, like, she's not interested in, like, have a conversation anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's like.
Well, I'll tell you how I feel. I feel grateful for you guys for coming on my podcast today.
I feel grateful for having you on.
So it was like I was a surprise guest.
Yeah, I feel grateful for the surprise guest, for you guys being here. I had a great time learning about you guys, taking some calls.
I'm really glad we did this.
Some thoughts, yeah. Is there anything you guys want to plug? Social media, anything like that?
I want to say shout out to Caitlin for setting this up.
That's right. Shout out to Caitlin.
Shout out to Allie earlier.
Allie McCoskey, shout out to her.
Fucking hilarious. I love her. Mm-hmm. I met her one time at like a house party. And I was extremely coked out.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but now that you did, that's what I knew. Okay. That's the only thing I knew about you.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I don't even remember where I met her at, honestly. But
some house party.
Yeah, no,
some drug induced good time.
Drug induced good time, man. Yeah. Shout out to myself for being amazing.
Yes, high five.
You know.
I was like, high five your head.
I ain't even hear it. Shout out to Ari for having me.
Thank you.
What's your name's Ari?
Real name's Ari Manis. Yeah.
I like that.
Jewish name.
Shout out to Ashley. Am I supposed to be saying your government
Nah, it
name?
doesn't matter.
Okay.
There's so many Ashleys out there. They don't even know
That's
which one
fact.
I
Yeah.
am.
Well, they're gonna see you. I think, right? You're gonna put this
This goes on YouTube, dude.
Yeah, they're
No,
gonna see you.
it's fine. It's fine. They can see me.
They're see.
Free Pantera.
Free Pantera on Instagram. Lil House Phone on Instagram.
That's right.
Ari
at Ari Manis. And that's how I was going to close this episode. If you are a fan, I don't ask for a lot of things. I don't ask for money. But if you could leave me a great review on iTunes and follow me on Instagram, that goes a long way. Follow us on Instagram.
Follow all of us.
Believe it or not, a little thing
twerk.
like that, which doesn't cost you anything, goes a long way for us and our endeavors.
So much.
I agree.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
Yeah. Licensed therapy.